Oh, I think we will, Jacob. And Gabriel Laxing and Casting Links? We are so excited. Well, at least I'm going to speak for you at this point. You can fill in the blanks here, Demo. Are we so excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're so excited. Woo! I mean, FaZe versus w7m is always going to be a banger game. They're both in good form right now, and we come to Border, a surprising map pick. So surely something fun will happen. We might also get a stinker of a game, but that's just the fate of Siege. Welcome to Rainbow Six.
I do wish there was probably more on the line, though, for this game than what there is. Because, again, both of these teams are confirmed top 2. You would much rather have it where it's like, imagine if Furia were confirmed top 2 and then these two are battle out for the second spot. I think that would be a much cooler game to see, because based on the map selection, it's not as thought out as what maybe it should be. It's Border, map the FaZe don't play. W7m, they'll play this map, enjoy this map. So yeah, just based on that alone, I think both teams are happy just to kind of throw this map away and look, of course, towards their best of 3 campaigns, which is where it really starts to matter for both of these sides. So yeah, I think we'll just have a game. We'll see how it goes.
Have a game, see how it goes, and it starts with Cyber. I'm just trying to put some pressure here across top east. Ooh, misses out on the free catch on a player and against a muted wall. I do like how we've seen this single wall on long. Bad time, Volps. The single wall on long there as the smoke gets called out. It starts to be a little bit of a holding ground, unfortunately for them. Not very good, but Dots gets rid of Handy with the C4. So 4 versus 4, and they try and retake office a little bit as they set up long angles, down long, a trade of Palu and Cyber. A lot of trades in the current build. And that is just one more for the tally. Soul's on the long watch with the Kali. Unfortunately, won't get much there, but ooh. Tracer flies past the shoulder of KDS there, forces the player at least a step further back, but they're not really handing over the middle of this map. We hear another bit of preparation and the pressure outside. They're setting themselves up for this top east take, instead pushing on towards the walkway on box, towards break, swing maybe. Onto that position, tucked around on the corner above the hatch, but a minute, and it's just a swing all the way up break. Looks for the second, stuck behind a very narrow cabinet, trying to fight for the life. The surrounding players about to come. They knew that their sort of number was cooked. That leaves just Lobin standing. 45 seconds for the last players of FaZe to find where he is and probably just swarm him and kill him. Ooh, do they know he's down?
I assume so. I mean, where else could he be, really? And he hasn't shot back, so... And just try and find Lobin, who... Able to find Vitaking. Still a 1v2, as we know, but KDS's HP, though, isn't too favorable for him. I wonder if maybe the Kali's going to be able to... pretty clean quickscope on Lobin, but... Oh my... Oh, they have no idea! What? How do you not know? Now KDS is... gone, and now Soul's gonna have to see if he can try and clutch up, and somehow he does! How does he win that one?
Okay. Everybody can't turn off your second monitors, maybe your third if you got them. Lock in on this. I think this is gonna be a mad game.
Yeah.
The alarms are off. But so they knew the player was down. They were trying to bait maybe the drive, maybe the rotate round. They did the run at the end, but to plant there and just send it. I mean, I guess that they thought that maybe Lobin would have gone in towards office, pulled away after getting that first kill. So then they just had the watch on 90, had the watch on the rotate between the A and the B site, and then could plant there. No. Lobin had already got the rotate. Because he immediately got the kill and then went, and they was just almost a second that looking down short, they saw it and then went from there. It's a way for the game to start, Demo, that's for sure.
A weird way for the game to start, you mean? It's Border. It is a very chaotic map, and I think that was kind of shown in the kind of first half of that map, where it was just kills galore and trading back as many kills, you know, as what FaZe could get. And it just so happened that, you know, comes down to the 1v1, and they had that extra man, because we've seen they've done a great job at clearing out that player inside of security really well, which is typically a pretty tricky position if you don't have the correct utility to deal with it, but we know FaZe, we know what they're capable of, and the gunners that they have on their side. Obviously, you heard the desk were kind of mention about how, you know, who is the best player in FaZe, you know, is it Cyber because he's the one who always drops the big digits. My personal favorite player is Souls. That's my guy, Souls 1.
You know, I left a bit of space there because last time that somebody propped up a player, they immediately died, and it was very funny. Not that it happened there, obviously. It's Cyber that gets Loban, gets rid of the man who almost clutched out last time. A Smoke is playing a very narrow game here with a shotgun on a door, gets the drop on KDS. I mean, it's just such an aggressive position to sort of be locked in. Cyber gets Volps, immediately gets the trade back in. The Smoke was just making rash decisions, I think. Wrong time to look up. It's a 4 versus 2. Suddenly, neither of the players are on the site. They've got to try and get themselves back towards their own site. Slips in on Fountain behind a drone, which could be big for at least one kill, but it sounds like the drone might have just come back round. Nope. There's one. Back towards the site. 1:30. And about to find another fight immediately, but gets caught out. Dodes gets a double, gets surrounded.
Team deathmatch. That's all it is. There is no thought process behind these attacks. There is no thought process behind these defenses apart from kill. That's it. I can't really judge this border. It's not a border that you know I'm used to seeing, where teams will set up these layers. They'll maybe play someone over towards east and hold it with a heavy util. You know, Jaegers, Wamai stacking up all their util and just make it really difficult, and they fall back and have this Azami fortress set up inside of security. C4's below. No, just both of these teams just headbutting each other.
Well, let's see if the TDM keeps developing, and let's see where it kind of ends up at this point. I mean, looking up to the angle, the swing, the great shutdown, just getting itself so well positioned. Here, w7m on the bit of a back foot. It's been very even generically across everybody apart from Cyber, who's been able to get himself in a couple of cheeky kills more than the other. I'm still kind of curious about some of the hyper aggressive positions we're seeing w7m take. Are they going to continue those through as we go down towards the vent site, as we go down towards a ground floor site? You've got verticality, you want to try and hold on that. I was going to say maybe tempted by beelining their way in, but not the immediate presence. Handy on the blitz. Might try and get a slightly different aspect of their approach here. I mean, they were in exactly the same lineup 2 times in a row. And there's another opener there for FaZe. KDS gets this one instead of Cyber. w7m, they are 0-3 the entry game. They've usually been quite good at getting a body back, but not the first.
No trade. I think obviously from map like Border, where whenever we've seen just a game so focused on killing each other, and those trades is going to be pretty crucial. Right now, FaZe do sit with that extra man right now, and you can see w7m are hungry to try and get a kill back, and Iron Scan will keep lobbing at bay for the meantime. Volps will have a swing, have 2 swings as he finds Handy and Cyber, and Dodes finds Soulsy, jumps in through the window again. What's going on?
A 2 versus 4 demo. A 2 versus 4 with the double kill on the swing, the jump through the window, and now, well, after that opening kill, as I said, they were quite good at getting the trade back in. I didn't really mean this good, but Vidaking and KDS, everything to try and piece together here. They have some utility. Not sure if they've been able to steal anything as the Bravo, but to be honest, what really is there to steal here, Demo, outside of cameras and mute jammers and maybe a couple of Fenrirs, but those aren't going to be changing hands anytime soon. Waiting for the slow breach on towards break. W7m this time, they don't really have to give up the verticality. They have the man advantage. They know that there's a lot of pressures across both stories here. So at this point, FaZe, they're going to have to separate and try and have one take above, one take below. The kit has been recollected. They are out there. Okay, Dodes gets the drop on the passport custom side. And Parley gets the last.
Well, this time defense have a win in the TDM. It's that round seemed a little bit weird though from FaZe. We missed the double kill, so I don't know what the fashion of you know what actually happened in that two piece. Was it great gun skill, or was it just really poorly played by the attackers? I don't know. And even Soul's just jumping in just a window by himself, gets picked off so easily by a guy like Brazil. It's a very, very messy game so far, but I suppose it's what we should expect though on this kind of map. Now this is weird. A timeout? You've just won a round? You went for a timeout?
Listen, maybe someone needs to just take a break for a moment. Yeah, I don't know. It's a strange one. It's a sort of early one to pull in here. You've got one round. It gives you a time, I guess, after that round to talk about, okay, this worked for us. Let's slow things down. Because to be honest, slowing things down worked for them in a bit there. They weren't as hyper aggressive. As weird as it is to say, obviously they had the double peek and the jump out. Yeah, okay, I get it. It's border. But think about the positions that they were in last time on the previous site, and they were trying to hold, right? Trying to hold the waiting area alone as a smoke with nothing but softs whilst you're being actively droned. Crazy. With no one to support there as well. And those are the positions. That's the aggression where I think that was being punished. And maybe that's what w7m are going to talk about and try and rein in here. And it seems like with the lineup, it's something a little bit more controlled, but the smoke was banned anyway, so...
Okay, into our Armory defense again. For FaZe, they've got an Ossa on side, so whenever you see the Ossa, you naturally would assume the Archives plant, wouldn't you? Because that's a bit of a classic where you just walk in, slam the shield in front of your face, and go for the plant, and get shot. Obviously, you can still get blown up by C4s, but it's just the one, though, on the side of Volps, on that bandit. But we'll see. See what, again, FaZe want to go for, who I just think are just playing off the cuff, aren't they? So wait, they're not even really thinking about what they're doing. They just, we'll go for this, and they do it.
I think it's the weird element of they get to be that kind of team, because they're a team that's done that very well for a long time. I remember when we first started getting into a very aggressive meta, they were always the team that would just kind of do stuff. But it was always a very well-orchestrated, just kind of do stuff. And it's sort of the line of what is a well-oiled team, right? And what a well-oiled machine is when you have that in your retinue, you technically have everything in your retinue. And here is a map that lends itself very well to a team that can set itself up in any sort of angle and seems to be in an amorphous position. You called it. The Osa play off towards the side. The burn of the gates. There's the destruction of the Goyo canisters with the Gon 6 and concern of a run out, but I think that was on the far side, just trying to maybe win a fight here. FaZe, they're drawing attention away from this plant spot for now. There are still two players close by, so all of this audio will get red. They're concerned and aware of it, but they still have the ground, so they're happy to sort of sit in it with the C4 prepped and ready. Gonna have to bait out utility. You know this when you go for this attack, but how well can they do it? There's one, there's the play, there's the plant, there's the wait. And there is the drop of the C4. Doesn't quite get the kill, but, well, the two players do. Dodes hops out, gets two. That is the win on the other side of the map. And now, we have two less bodies to try and get the same plant to stick with.
I mean, they don't have any util to get rid of the shield. All they have to do is try and run at him, and he's... It can die.
He did that. They did exactly the thing that you asked and shot him in the face.
Well. Okay. I mean, just what he said about this game so far, it's just nuts. I mean, that was a flawless defense, by the way.
As well as, I mean, great timeout.
Oh yeah, definitely. Woo.
100% successful rate.
Oh, weird game. I don't know what to make of it, because you don't really know who's playing at what strength. Because they know where they are on the table, they know where they both sit.
I think it's sort of this, you know, I guess there's always the compliment on a bragging, right? But there's also the argument to be had on the opposite end of this, of maybe FaZe wanted to come here because they just wanted to have a game like this. They wanted to have a game where things don't really matter. These teams both expect to beat each other in the finals of the of the sort of last playoffs moments to get the more SI points. That is the big thing they're playing for. It is a big chunk of change to get yourself sort of locked in alongside those SI points. This for them isn't the game to be measured. This for them isn't the game where they go, oh yeah, we need to play our best. We need to bring our A game. We need to make sure that we're locked in here. This is the game where you go, we ball. And w7m are starting to ball back into it. So it's not that they don't want to win. I don't think I'm saying that, but they want to do it in a different manner as to usual, I think.
Now, w7m, see if they can lock down in towards their bathroom and teller site, and they went for a very large roam game, trying to control at least about 80% of the map, it feels like, as they've extended right the way across in towards CC on the other side of the map, in hopes that they can hold customs from there. Boss G is out on patrol from Lobbin as well, see if he can put that gun to good use. Cyber's actually slipped his way into customs, and nobody is on the wiser right now from w7m. They have no idea, and Handy also walking in for a wait, just gonna try and jump in and plant. I mean, KDS is the guy with the diffuser. That's who they need to get over towards this side of the map and look for that plant. Cyber, there we go, gets his opening pick inside of customs. Now goes Dodaz, and now for FaZe again. It's just seeing if they can find these picks, and they do another one.
Too late on that East cam. And they didn't know that obviously he was coming over from that position. There was a player dead that could have been flicking for cams at that point and pulled all of that out, but getting himself into, as he said, the customs position, and then not going for the hop in, but knowing that there was a player on that single wall and long. Here, there's at least one that's bitten back as Souls is gone. Oh, Lobin almost got the pick there on towards Cyber, who's drifted their way out of danger and out of sort of trouble. They have themselves eyes onto the site. There goes Dots. Well, there goes Lobin. There goes Lobin! Gets himself Handy as well. It's a 2 versus 1 versus 1 quad kill for Lobin. Are we gonna get our second ace? Lobin versus Vida King. Lobin does it! Our second ace of the day for a familiar face to pull it off.
Oh, the SMG-12, whenever it is ringing true, it is a beauty to behold, and wow. Great aim, headshot after headshot. My goodness me, like, just craziest game we've had so far today. I mean, not as though we've had a massive amount of games, but certainly today it's been absolutely bonkers. Just, you don't know which way it's going to go. Because there's no real structure to this game. There really isn't. It is just team deathmatch through and through. That's all it is. Who can kill each other better?
Currently, w7m.
Thank you for the reminder.
I mean, that we've had 2 ace clutches today is very fun. They're not the most common. Lobin as well, obviously, he almost got the kill on towards the sledge. I'm wondering if he had been able to get that and was discovered, if he wouldn't have been able to then do the rest. Maybe FaZe's attention would have changed a little bit. There wasn't a huge amount of time left, but Lobin lent into the fire, put the pressure on, and made sure that they were always in that sort of danger spot. Preparing themselves for the run and the rotate if they wish to take it back towards the site with some vertical protection to put in. w7m, can they try and get that 1 extra round buffer here? Well, they do get the opening against Cyber. Cyber has been involved in every single enter engagement apart from one. He's won 3 of them now and lost 2 of them.
w7m really starting to flow in this map. That's 3 defenses in a row that they've had. Could be number 4. Certainly with losing operator like Buck, who is, you know, great for this bomb site with plenty of verticality that you can apply. Losing out on that. The big blow to this FaZe lineup. ADS now looking to see if he can just slip in and find a pick, and he does so on Apollo's head, and very swiftly trade out by Volps. Great trade. And that's what w7m need to keep up, is that trade game of one player goes down, you need to make sure you take an enemy with you.
4-3. They've been able to put some of the pressure back in. They've removed somebody who can block some of the blinds, but with the lineup that they've got at this point, they're only going to be running that against maybe the Blitz itself, getting close and get punchy. They've pulled away some of the Armory holes, but they still have Office. And I think only Office at this point. Oh, in fact, no, someone's moved back in towards Armory. They've gone for the retake. They've gone for the idea of where the positions is and filled in where Palu was gone. With a minute 10, they're trying to work out exactly how they want to put the pressure here onto w7m. Only a single player on the site, but it takes a second to drop down, and that single player is Lobin. As the Blitz is about to find an Oryx. The cover is going to be the important part. Perfect removal of the half-wall player. And, oh yeah, as Army's off, they're dipping down and round. Can they make it? Demo, they're so worried. No! Baited into Volps, and Vidiking can only watch his team die. They know exactly where he's dropped. And w7m get their 4th. 4 in a row.
I have never. I can't believe it. What can you say? Just went for a run outside and
the run out.
Eat a guy.
The game, all of this. All of today, Demo. Maybe it's the heat. Maybe it's the game. Maybe that's why I swore. But I'm at a loss. Like, I'm trying to think of comparisons of where I could say I've seen play like this or moves like this, and I can only think of like vintage Cyclops as like the stylistic comparison.
I think the surprising thing is look at the 2 teams that we're dealing with.
Yeah, right?
That's the way. It is such a cluster of a game. From these 2, like, you've referenced Japan, right? That's a different breed. The different league.
Not even just Japan, but like classic Cyclops, where they
you're talking Norangu vibes.
Oh my,
baby.
Yeah,
that's even further back where it was a bit, you know.
And it's fun. Love watching this kind of siege, especially because again, this isn't a comment on how well these players are playing or not. They're all brilliant players. We all know this. But the style of game that they have opted for in this showdown is not their usual.
For people like me, this is breaking my heart, you know, because I love watching FaZe, I love watching w7m, but see whenever they run around like this, like, look what he's got in his hand. You know, it's just, come on. Waited so long for this game. I referenced this game at Playday 2, by the way.
You did. And I don't think anybody expected it, but hey, there's still time to cook. Did destroy the sense there. Not entirely sure what that interaction was. But it's happened. The light wall, the ROU, will stay potentially tenable. Maybe it disappeared itself. There's some blinds on the players inside. CC, there's some cover from the swing on break door, and everything's being blinded in his go. Is the shotgun just going to make a move in towards Sandwich? More smoke, more blinds. Doda's gone. KDS gets the first. There was nothing that immediately opted behind it. The shield has made its dart and instantly just gets shredded. The shotgun's in, doesn't net anything, but it's still a 3 versus 2. Actually, Parley was able to get one out before they got dropped in. Now they've slipped their way in, trying to recollect the kit. They know where the sort of plant attack, just in the middle with the chance at a swing and a bait here. They've got the cross. They've been able to get themselves in. It's a post plant. There's, oh, the drop on the window, a 3 versus 1. Can't quite get the cement on the last player in FaZe. Even with Vidiking down, hold it.
Now, that was probably the first round that we've had where that was actually not bad from an attacking perspective. Even though they lost the round, yes, still, there was a bit of mythology there compared to the mindless mentality of FaZe Clan. You can see that they actually wanted to establish that quick army control with the rush, which again works well. You've got the Ying, for example, very strong operator on that sandwich repel. You can just flash out anyone who could be inside of Armory, in towards small box, and then a great operator to push in straight for that door is going to be the Blitz. Blitz just got picked off by this guy in small box who just wasn't blinded at that stage, where maybe he should have been. They used the sense as well to cover off the angle via archives, just behind the desk where you can kill players walking in for Armory. You block that off, you limit that retake potential. But sadly, it was just that small box player was able to kill that Blitz, stop that kind of initial firepower that w7m would love to have had, pushing in through small box, establish control, give that cover towards metal. You lose that operator, very, very tough to get back into the game at that point.
4-3. The deficit is one thinner here, and as you said, that was, the sort of tightest attempt at a bit of command there. Still a couple of slip-ups, the sort of hesitance of when they were going to make the operation, the bait on the C4s and hoping they would be thrown into the smokes, and the early sort of rotate background didn't quite reel in the FaZe Clan fishies that they were hoping for. w7m still rolling with the bye-bye Cyber. Went for the run around the side, well prepared for it. And there's that first engagement, still, oh, not haunting Cyber, but they're even on it now. Souls finds Dots. There's a quick flash over the top, the Fenrir. There's somebody in Armory. Oh, it is KDS waiting with Handy not too far away. They have the split push possibilities. There's the IQ trying to get the surround as well. There's pressure that is slowly surrounding that Armory player. KDS is in a very tight spot here. He knows pressure's about to explode in towards his face. This Dodas swings on, gets rid of KDS, puts us into the 4 versus 3 here with 2 minutes left demo. Early 3 bodies removed.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of what we expect in this game, though, isn't it? It's just fine heads right from the word go, and well, it's w7m who's sitting in the lead for the meantime. I think the Dogby is a great pickup if you want to play this kind of style, isn't it? Just pop the call and go a bit crazy. FaZe Clan back up against the wall right now. They've all had to retreat over towards the bomb site. They've had to give up their control over towards Benton Workshop. Oh, that is a risky peek going for that, Souls, and quite rightly so. Paulie will punish you for it. Viking starts getting pressured from above and slips in towards Workshop. Nobody in the site at the moment, but again, actually dabbling with the second peek, and just like his teammate earlier on instead of waiting, also gets punished for a boisterous peek, and goes the last. w7m, clean it up.
They keep themselves that buffer. They keep themselves moving, keep themselves a little bit ahead of the curve. But it's truly a flick of the coin how a round's going to pace itself out, right? There was obviously an immediate attempt from the peak, gone wrong from the side of Cyber. Great close down on the Armory player. They're sort of sniffing for a lead and full sending it.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defended.
Really operate as well on every different site and different holds here. They've opted for slight changes. Dots still bringing the blitz, even though it hasn't really had the biggest impact with the team so far over the past 2 rounds. Obviously, it's nice to have a shield in some regards. If you know FaZe don't like it, they've banned the Blackbeard, but ultimately, what is the sort of case usage here of Dots?
magazine.
Sentries ready and waiting. Reloading.
So I do think that blitz will definitely be a target for FaZe into the next round, because the blitz has been used by w7m just to have that initial early confrontation of fights. And great map for blitz. It's close quarter, action where you're always going to get value, getting up close and personal with the defenders. I mean, it's not as though that Shield's had any kills, I don't think, as of yet, so maybe blitz not doing it in that department. I just think that initial push gives them a lot of confidence to be able to send that Shield flying at any point of the map. Oh, what a swing from Cyber. Rips his head right off, and down goes the gridlock.
Stunning swings from Cyber, but they're going for the plant. Cyber gets a second on the same angle, and they're inside the site trying to fight their way, but they can't see anything, so Dots does get that kill, but they've had to entirely reassess their position here. They've lost the Deimos, another pickup, but a trade out immediately, and it's back and forth as Dots gets a 2 versus 2 for the same spot we left him in before. They're going to see if they can maybe try and get the plant once again, getting in close. This is a shotgun, and there it is, popping around one and a post-plant situation, because even with the verticality, Shield on the back made that a tricky pickup here for Vidaking, right into track stingers, right round on 2. To rotate, has a blitz to contend with, and that's going to be the toughest thing. Now, could pop that pipe, which they do. Gonna buy them a moment, but it will just take, unfortunately, a moment for that to happen. Just needed to put the single bullet in. Would have been a little bit of a better. Unfortunately, they're worse for wear. Who isn't, though? w7m. That shifts them, Demo, on towards map point and the secure of top of the board before playoffs.
It does. Gives them a really good chance now. That nice free round buffer. I don't know what you can say about this game. It's just absolutely insane. I mean, Cyber did so well. They get 2 opening picks. There's that blitz span that I mentioned may come in. It's causing some issues. Just not the game we were expecting, but it's the game that we got, and we have to learn how to love it.
I mean, I've enjoyed it. Oh, I hate that skin for Warden. Look at his sad eyes.
Has that maybe ruined the game for you? Is that skin actually set you
No,
off? No, you
I
hate
just
hate the match.
It's like there's 2 skins in this game where the picture of them, they just look really, really sad. It's that Warden, and then it's the Rook. I don't know which era of Showdown Rook it is, where he has the helmet and he just got really sad eyes. It just looks like they're not having a good time. Anyway, it is a strange game. Point being, it's a game that you didn't really expect, but also with the context of everything, yes, it's 2 teams that love beating each other. Yes, it's 2 world-beating teams. Yes, it is a battle of first and second that is, there's nothing they could lose here. Neither of them is going to lose out their bye. They're just going to be on opposite ends of the bracket. Eventually, they will meet again. Probably in a final, probably playing for those side points, and that first place position. This is an appetizer. This is that person that walks around a wedding with the little tray of just nibbles and bites, and things are a bit chaotic and everyone's a bit drunk, and you're just getting a little cocktail sausage, maybe a small quiche. That's what this is. And then in a week or 2, however long it is until the playoffs play out, when we get whatever best of 3 final this will be between these 2 teams, that's your main course. And I think that's where their mentality is as well.
And you said I have some weird analogies.
Yeah, sometimes.
You've just mentioned quiche on broadcast, by the way.
It's a first.
Just,
I love a good quiche.
Put it out there. So, also, plant. Also gone. Never mind. That's out the window. These teams cannot play Ossa. Facts.
Bob's gone. Oh no, Bob's wasn't the Ossa. Oh, I thought that was a quick disconnect to swap round. It's a 4 versus 3 now. And they have now lost their Grim, which is obviously, great at getting those pushes in, great at putting the pressure on towards it. They're left with a sort of stark elimination. Palu does find handy though. Levels things out. It's a fight that just locks itself towards the end. KDS gets one and gets out of there. before Lobin could pick up the second, but they're close on the swing here to his right. Does he know? Yes is the answer. 2 versus 2. Now, Parley's on the far side. They're in and they're out because the Bravo was able to steal that, and they have the cross watched, the pre-fire. Vidiking knows exactly where the cross is being watched. They're going to make their way, but it's a post-plant situation. And he still wins out the fight anyway, Demo. Vidiking gets it. It's a 1 versus 1. Once again, where is Palu? There he is, close on the right. He's going to get himself in, and he locks it out. W7m. They are your top seed for this opening split before playoffs.